All right. It's your boy Elite Ace coming back at you with another video. This one, I'm doing a custom controller. Shout out Extreme Rate a little bit because I'm always getting stuff from them. And if you want a custom controller of your own, hit me up in a whisper, hit me up on Discord. You already know what the vibes are. But for this one, it's a nice controller shell. Bam! Galaxy. Hold up. They sent me the wrong shell. What? That's crazy. Man, they sent me the wrong shell. Alright, well, can't do the controller. That stinks. What I can do is I have another controller. Give me a sec. Got those two, right? Got those two right there. Got some isopropyl alcohol. About to get down, right? Gonna do a cleaning. So what we're gonna do is change this. Some stuff on the computer right now. Alright, back. So this is my daily driver. This is my workhorse. You see how terrible that thing looks, right? This is another controller that was donated. What I can do is I've been meaning to switch out these sticks because you can see that they're wearing away. This is something simple I can do real quick. I'm gonna switch it out for these ones here because these ones don't look as bad. Dang, I had this thing ready to go too. Now I'm gonna have to push back that order. That stinks. Alright. First things first. Hold up. Do I have I got my Q-tips there. No, I got my toothpicks. Don't have the tips. I don't clean it today. Those right there, boom, boom. Hold on, let me go back and close this door properly. Right. This one here helps me to break in to the controller. Just, it's crazy because it always feels like I'm gonna break it, but that's the way you take it off. Right? Just get in there. Gotta be a little less afraid and just, oh man, just pop it off. There it is. All right. For the most part, it's clean, but you can start to see up in here. Let's see if we can catch that. Dang. Yeah, we got ads, man. All right. You see in here, it's not white. And that usually is because when you're playing the controller, a little bit of your sweat gets in there. It's not the best. What? There you go. But you do what you gotta do. And a little bit of sweat gets in there, it just stays there and gets all nasty and gunky. I don't know, maybe you see it a little bit better here. I mean, my controller, yeah, this one is pretty bad right at the tip there. I don't know if you can see that. I'm trying to see like where the camera is. I haven't used this setup before. There you go. You see that. But cleaning these controllers is not a hard thing to do. Let me turn on the music again. I'm trying to skip all the ads if I can. Yeah, that's some serious contact work that needs to get done. All right. What I'm gonna do first, get this thing. Hopefully it'll work for me today. It's been giving me a little bit of trouble. Yeah, I was hoping to get this done, this controller done. I need to find out that they sent me the wrong thing. This is an 8. Do I need the 6 to get in? No, that's way too small. Is it the 8 to get in? Yeah, it's been a little while since I've taken apart a controller. No, it's not the 8. Let's try this one. Nope. Because I thought it was more like the 10 to get in. 10 to get in and a 12. Yeah. Looks like it's 10 to get in and 12 for the inside screws. Let's see if we can't. I just want to test this real quick. Oops. Oh no, it looks like it's small. That's crazy because this one doesn't fit. Well, luckily enough, Extreme Rate does send screwdrivers that definitely fit. Let me just bust those open right here. These right here. This is just to get an outside. If you buy something that requires you to get all the way into the inside, they give you 2 screwdrivers. One for the outside, one for the inside. So you see that? Yeah, that's definitely a screw. A screwdriver that'll get me in. I had my tweezers. No, I was gonna need them regardless of what I was doing today. And now I can't find them. I'll be right back. See if I left them where I thought I left them. just left them over there. I like to use these ones that are angled for a lot, because it's just that little bit of an angle helps so much. So I'm gonna peel up this warranty sticker. Honestly, sometimes peeling up this sticker is the most difficult part. I'm gonna try to keep this down so you guys can see what I'm doing. I think I gotta peel up. I ripped it. Oh man. To take up the whole thing. Just need to be able to, there we go, get it in there, peel it up myself. Oh man, what? This thing is like deteriorating. It's possible that this controller is super old, because I didn't buy this one. Like I said, it was donated to me. Yeah, and if you want to get your own controller work done, you got an old controller sitting around, you can either send me the old controller and I can refresh it, or do a brand new controller. Yeah, this one's not wanting to come off. That's great. Yeah, but we're not gonna wait today. It looks ugly, but what you can do, you can just break right into there so that you don't have to worry about the screw, or taking off the sticker rather, because the 5th screw that you need to take out is right there. So that's one out. Whoop. That's 2. That's 3. That's 4. Everything should, yep, come right out. Ah. Oh, this one's holding on a little bit. Come on now. There we go. All right. All right. So we have the front and back shell off, right? This one can stay right where it is. I'm just trying to count my screws, so I'm not trying to miss any. All right. We got a magnetic screw board here, which definitely helps. There we go. All right. You see, that's the front shell. And that is the inside of the controller. All right. Yeah, what I'm gonna do, second here. So for for cleaning rather, I use isopropyl alcohol, 91%. It's because this one dries very quickly because of the alcohol content. Now, if I'm using it to clean a controller that's anything more than base, because this is just a base controller, I would use probably about 40%, especially if it's glossy. And the reason for that is that the isopropyl alcohol at 91% will probably burn a hole in the shiny finish. You see I'm just going like all around the outside, trying to get any little bit of dust and dirt that I can get out. Yeah. And what I can do, go back with a dry one and just come in there real fast, dry it up a little bit. Like I said, it is going to dry very fast. It was already semi-dry, but the reason I want to come in with the the dry one, is so that it leaves less streaks behind. Yeah, I'm not really about the streak life. Okay. Did I lose a screw? I think I did. I don't see it here. And I've got one here. I had one attached to the back of the board. Yeah, looks like I lost one. Luckily enough, Extreme Rate has got our back. It's like I'm giving them free publicity, free promotion right here. Okay. Well, I did find the other screw. Got that right there. I'm gonna stick that. But in the screw pack, there's all the screws that you need. If you want to refresh the screws, you can go ahead and do that. Usually what I do for here, to get in between the crevices and stuff, I'll take a Q-tip, right? And then I will bludgeon the end to get it a little bit in there. Hey, I'm just now checking chat. My bad. I'm so enthralled in what I'm doing. 30-second jog is crazy. Yeah, no work today. I thought that I could get some stuff done. But it turns out that something happened with what I needed to do a controller, so I had to switch it up. Yeah, I just come in here with the Q-tip, usually just wipe and scrape out. And what that does is add a little bit extra friction. And you can go back behind it with the Q-tip and just put a little bit on the tip of the Q-tip, and this helps to clean up whatever remains behind. Wipe it clean. Yeah, and if I show you guys what I'm picking up right now, you'd be very disgusted. But I feel like I need to show you to show that I'm not just, BSing or anything. I want to show you that I'm actually putting in this work. How else am I going to get more customers? Man, all the way through here. Okay, if you don't like gross stuff, then I would say look away. All right, Gonna gross you out in 3, 2, 1. Yeah, see that? Yeah. All right, so I got a bit of a lag on my camera for the stream. So I don't know why that is. On Wi-Fi. All right. Let's see. Here's the really bad thing. Oh, and the sticks will pop right off. I'm not gonna do that right this second. This is the one that I really wanted to clean. This is my daily driver, and as you can see, it looks worse for wear. Even the back here is cracked. I don't know if these are gonna make it, but yeah, I'm gonna get this popping. And just, ooh. Well, that actually popped off screen. Let's see if I can see it. Yeah, that's funny. All right. Save that one. Yeah. Pick this thing up. Yeah. Like I said, this has been my daily driver for a few years now, and it definitely needs a cleaning. So, I'm not trying to put anybody on blast but myself. Yeah, this one is dirty. And the thing is that I have taken a Q-tip, not a Q-tip, a toothpick to it every so often, but it's sometimes just not enough. So while the shell is still on and I have access to the inside, I'm going to, there we go, get some isopropyl alcohol on there. It also doesn't help that I'm not the only one that uses this controller. Yeah, I got kids that use this controller, so yeah, this one is really bad. It's like worse for wear. I'll show you this one because I don't want to be seen as exempt from. Oh my goodness. Yeah, and this is why you don't snack in game, people. I tell you, this is why you don't snack in game. I know exactly how half of this stuff got in here. Yeah, and when it comes to kids, I just like, you know what? I'd rather them enjoy what they're doing. Fall in love with gaming, get some education out of it as well. So I try not to harken on them too much. A controller, it's not terribly expensive if I needed to replace it. And ads. Let's mute that. Thank you. Yeah. I'm gonna show you guys this too, but there's so much here that I have to use the other side of the Q-tip. All right, gross out factor in 3, 2, 1. Yeah. Let's see if I can move it a little bit closer. Yeah. Disgusting. Yeah. Okay. What I'm gonna do, just gonna stab into here. We're gonna throw that music back on. so for all of you gamers out there, I don't only do Xbox controllers. I've done a few PS5 controllers. I enjoy doing Xbox a little bit more because they're a little easier to get into. But I do have more than a few controllers that I've done, and I have happy gamers who are PS5 aficionados who haven't reported any issues back after receiving their controllers. So there's that. I'm going to take this thing out of here if it'll let me. I think something is still attached. Thanks for the lurk, Silver. Rosique. I see that comment about your dad cleaning sewing machines. Yeah, that is serious. When you're using machinery, you know, people want to snack on stuff, and you know, they don't want to have to get up. But you see this controller, those green buttons, and then you see how the thumbsticks look? Yeah, all of that's like dead skin. Yeah, just how dark it is. And the thing about it is that these lighter controllers, yeah, they get real nasty, and you can see how nasty they are. Yeah, you know what? Let me go get my compressed air because I can see stuff. I'm gonna have to get a Player 2 controller for my daughter. So I got my compressed air. I'm just trying to shake loose anything. I really don't want to take apart the whole controller today because it does get to be a little bit crazy. Okay. And I definitely can't find a straw. I won't take apart the whole thing, but I will. You know what? I don't have my contact cleaner. Contact cleaner would have been great for this. I'll drop a little bit of isopropyl alcohol in here. It's good as far as the electronics are concerned because it's alcohol. It will dry up very, very fast. Just getting in there and moving some stuff around. Hold on. Could you play on the controller while it's open? Yes, you could play with the controller just like this. The only thing about it is that you have all of these exposed wires back here. You could grip the controller and it's not ergonomic at this point. It doesn't feel good to the hand, but yeah, I mean, you can technically, if you plugged it in, you wouldn't be able to use the batteries because the battery contacts are on the back of the controller. But if you plugged it in to right there, then yeah, you could literally get power to it and you could use the controller. Yeah, very good question. thing is that that's super dangerous as far as, I mean, you could have your hands a little bit wet and then, you know, stuff could arc. The electricity could arc. You could pull out a wire and, you know, break your controller. But as far as this point, this would be a good testing point if you were to be taking apart the controller and then wanted to put it back together. You could test it at this point to make sure that everything's working before closing up the controller. I'm gonna put down an extra paper towel right here, because while this stuff does dry pretty fast, it's definitely still wet. That's what this is for. Oh, you're not supposed to shake compressed air. Yeah, I learned that a few years ago. Yeah, see, my glove is wet because of the excess. So you just wanna get that to move along, because you don't want an excess of any liquid. You know, even if it is the isopropyl alcohol, you don't want that just sitting in the controller. Okay. You know what? I'm gonna give this the old clean-a-roo, even though I don't usually clean my controller as good as this. To me, it's not that serious. I do take care of the controller, but I know that when you have kids, it's gonna get just dirty all over again. And it's like my toddler has played with my controller. My 10-year-old has played with my controller, so it just makes it. Oh yeah, these what's it called are gonna rub off too. So with the Xbox controllers that are like all one color in the front, you see, I think you can see just barely there. Yeah, you see those dots in the middle? Those are to show which button is really being pressed. They're on there pretty well. Good to them. But the A, B, X, and Y, usually A is green, B is, oh yeah, I mean, I have another control right here. So you see, A is green, B is red, Y is yellow, and X is blue. But yeah, this, like I said, this controller has been my daily driver for the past few years. So yeah, those are fading away. I mean, I have paint that I could put, you know, just a dab of paint there, but to me, it's not that serious. I feel like it's more aesthetic to just have it all one color instead of having these dots in the middle to denote what it would be. But for beginning gamers, you're like, oh yeah, press the red button, and then all the buttons are green. Yeah. Although usually the game will say, you know, press X, but usually people will default to color, especially with younger gamers. I don't know. I feel like I learned colors before I learned all my alphabet. There we go. All right. So, shell is, well, we got a little bit of schmutz here. Yeah, there we go. Like I said, to avoid streaks, I am going to go behind with this. You can see right now it's dry. It's dry, but I want to kind of buff out any streaks. Do that. These are two different ones. This is, okay, this one is for this. Beautiful. Alright, so I'm gonna clean up this real quick. That's what I want. nasty, nasty, nasty foolishness. I mean, like I said, if you want a controller refreshed, hit me on my Discord. I do have an Instagram. I can't remember the name of it exactly right now. I think it's Under Control. I want to say it's Under Control Customs. I had to, for all the social media associated with that brand, I did have to go through some hoops because Under Control was like taken. Like, so I'm pretty sure I had to put a number or something after it, and I can't remember off the top of my head. I mean, to me, this is pretty satisfying, you know, just vibing with some music and just clean a controller. And then this can also help with stick drift. This can definitely help with stick drift, because sometimes the controller, the joystick, is just dirty and it's making different contact than it should, or it's making contact when it shouldn't. I mean, you could replace the whole stick. That's a little bit more money. It's a little bit more of a hassle. A lot more can go wrong doing that, but I know a lot of people that are like, oh yeah, let me just replace the sticks. So I am trying to get into that as well. Dang, level 5. Yeah, you keep your level. It's not just for one night. Man, you grinding through those levels though. Okay. Okay. And more ads. So we're gonna pause that there. Sorry, I don't have YouTube Premium. I just wanted to put on some royalty-free music because I don't want to get copyright stricken. And it's hard to find royalty-free music. If anybody has any tips on that, I'd appreciate all of that. Lo-fi vibes, man. We out here. I don't know about the fastest level grinder there ever was. He did put in a few levels in just one night. want to do, I'm going to switch these sticks, right? I'm going to put this back on a dirty controller. Because this one is still a donor, but I don't want dirt to get inside of. Where's the other stick? There it is. Yeah, I don't want dirt to get inside of this controller. So I'm just gonna cap this off. I'm gonna throw this on. So it's gonna look a little crazy with the green thumbsticks, but I'm assured that there it is. That it's not gonna do any harm by having it there, right? So I got this one all cleaned up. I am gonna put it back together once I put the thumbsticks on. Yeah, these thumbsticks still have grip and everything. Buying thumbsticks is not that hard. And I could have just bought new thumbsticks, but I have this one sitting around. And if I sell a controller, I try to get new thumbsticks for it, if the controller isn't new. So, I'm gonna trying to be lazy and put have all the screws still in there and get it on. There it is. There it is. Okay, I might need to take out the screws then. One, two, three, four. We got the fifth one still in that middle position. Gotta make sure everything lines up perfectly, because if it's not lined up perfectly, it will not close properly. A self-stirring mug on throne. Yeah, I got a few things up there. Self-stirring mug? I haven't had one of those in years. That is pretty useful, no lie. Now they have self-heating mugs. I'm trying to make sure this thing goes on properly, because... Oh man, did I miss this? Oh, yeah, hold on. Let me hit the back of this because it does not look pretty. Okay. So you have a throne too? Soul? I mean, they don't have self-heating ones, but they have the ones that, like, you put on a little pedestal and then it heats. But I don't think that you can have both, because usually both of those mechanisms are in the bottom of the mug, and I think they would interfere with each other. Up. Nice. Trash can right there. Should really start throwing more stuff in there. Okay. Like I said, don't really want any streaks. Just go back with the dry cloth just to make sure that there are no streaks coming across. Clean up in there too. Okay. Bet. Alright. Is it easier to get the back shell on first? I don't think so, but sometimes things happen. It's like four little prongs you have to get all in the right spot. Too hard and it breaks, too little force and it won't sit properly. There we go. I think that should be it. But I mean, I am gonna have to screw everything in, and then I'm gonna have to see if everything sits how it's supposed to sit. These right here help to save my life. Along the sides. Yeah, okay. How would you recharge it? I mean, or is it even recharging? Because a lot of these mugs that have the heating function is from the bottom as a base. If you're gonna heat it from the sides, how does that work? Gotta answer the question that hasn't been asked yet. Okay. Putting this thing on, you don't want to tighten down too much on any one side. See? And that's why you don't. This thing is not seated properly. Not properly at all. You gotta recognize that thing before it happens, or else you do twice the work. Hope my audio is coming across well. I got some new headphones that I'm trying out doing this. These shouldn't be in at all. Okay, yeah. Oh, man. This looks odd. Hold up. Okay. Make sure all of those are down. Triggers are nice. Okay. I don't know what happened there. Take off this screw, so I think this one is the one that's really preventing me from getting this seated right. Take off the other two as well. I'm trying to make sure I line these things up. Sit just to seat properly. You can't just... Okay. I can try right there. It doesn't look like it's properly seated, but sometimes putting on the battery pack cover is the only way to know. Let's see if I can take off this sticker in the meantime. Try to use this. I could put some isopropyl alcohol in it, actually. Get rid of some of the stickiness. That's specifically for the mug. Okay, where would the charging function go? You gotta think about the charging function, you gotta think about the batteries, you gotta think about everything that goes into making the mug self-charging. I mean, I'm not coming down on your idea. I just know that it's easy to say, oh yeah, I wanted to have this, this, and that, but you gotta be able to fit everything in there. Think of it more as a thought exercise than anything else. There we go. Sticker is off. Nice and clean. I gotta see this. I keep feeling like it's not seated properly. Wait, okay, here's one. Yeah, that actually is perfect. Okay. Yeah, I'm going crazy. That's what it is. Alright, so I'm going to take screws. I call this seating the screw. I'm pretty sure that's the technical term too. We just want to put the screw where it's supposed to be. Yep. Push it down just a little bit so that it falls into the screw hole. Those all four. Oh. There we go. Put those in. Screw it up, screw it up, screw it up. Like I said, don't screw down any one screw all the way. You want to kind of go do a couple turns on each one. I like to start in the center. The screw fell out, okay. I like to start in the center and then go around to the four corners. You also don't want to screw too terribly tight, but I know for me that center screw is needed to be tight. Because that one actually holds close to the back of the controller. Then I like to squeeze a little bit as I'm doing this to relieve some of the pressure, make it a little bit easier to screw. There, there, there. And then last, with the center, it's all nice, tight. Perfect. And I have my batteries there. Yes, I use rechargeable batteries. First off for the cost, second off for the environment. I don't know, somebody might say that I need to get my priorities straight and that should be reversed, but hey, it's where I am. Don't usually do this, but I also don't want it to be sticky back here. So I'm going in and just, wherever that sticker was, just going in with the isopropyl alcohol to make sure that it's not sticky. It's not even really to clean. It's mainly for that residue that would be there. Then go in with a little bit of the paper towel and just make sure that nothing is. I could also clean the battery contacts, but I mean, mine aren't dirty. I'm gonna leave that. I could clean this door, the battery door. Why not? Why not? We're cleaning things up today. Okay. Everything up nice and neat. And for me, I like to use the gloves to make sure none of the oils from my hand get on the controller, because whether or not you know it, you do have natural oils on your hands. I learned that when developing film, because I took a photography class where I had to develop my own film and all that good stuff. Some people are probably saying, oh man, you're old. Yeah, well, I had to develop my own film, and the little bit of oil in your hand, it can mess up your pictures forever. So you have to make sure that you're handling them with care. And I'm not even talking about the actual exposures, I'm talking about the negatives. If you know what a negative is, then you know what's up. Okay, we got everything nice, shiny and clean. Gonna pop the batteries in, 1 and 2. Get that snap, and then last but not least, pop on the controller side rails. I'm gonna see. Okay, hold up. Yuck. Alright. Because I don't know where the sound is. I'm going to try to get this. 1, 2, 3. one. Okay. 1, 2. There it is. Yeah, there she is. I don't mind the black thumbsticks on here. It's actually pretty clean. The green ones I feel like were a little bit overkill. Yeah, see, this side rail is ready to call it quits. I'm gonna have to actually customize my own controller to keep it around. But yeah, to me it looks a lot nicer with these black sticks. Way nicer. Well, I've been on for about an hour. I'm gonna call it quits because I gotta go and test this thing out, run it through its paces, make sure it's good. Well, I'll be on later today for Monster Hunter Monday. Oh, you know what? I'll put together this other controller real quick while I'm signing out. But yeah, I am going to be on tonight for Monster Hunter Monday. If you like Monster Hunter Wilds, you're playing through it, you want to see some different gameplay, that's where I come in. Alright. Now, I don't know if there's anybody out there playing Monster Hunter Wilds that still needs a squad. But yeah, we have a squad. I know that the squad leader has stated in the past, the more the merrier. So I have invited a few people to the squad. Yeah, some people that, you know, don't play anymore. You know, of course, life happens and things get busy. But try to get as many people in as we can. To make it a joyful event. And we try to grind everybody up as fast as possible, because we want everybody to experience all of the hunts and all of the craziness that's in the game. So we try to get everybody up to like level 100 and then handle the harder hunts. Because it gets frustrating, no lie. The game does get frustrating. You might want to rage quit, but to me, I always love a challenge. Switching out my armor, switching out my weapon. I haven't gone back to hammer. And those who've been around for the ride know that I used to play exclusively hammer. I've switched to dual blades, and it's been real crazy getting that down pat. One thing I love about the dual blades is that I don't have to make contact in order to continue my combo. That is a beautiful thing. But it is nice to get in there and mess around or hunt with other people, especially when there's like events on. Get in there and like, oh, we want to handle this event hunt. I want to grind for these materials so that I can make this specific armor. It's all, to me, it's really fun. I know some people don't really vibe with that. They don't want anything to be grindy at all. But I mean, nowadays, every game has some type of grind to it. It's just whether or not you're willing to grind. Because if you are, you will get a whole lot of reward from it. And not just the actual materials, but hey, I came up against this difficult thing and I was able to do it. I was able to compete. I was able to come out on the other side. Your big brother plays. All right. I mean, sure he plays the same Monster Hunter, because I mean there's 2 new games out for Monster Hunter series right now, and that's Stories and Wild. All right. It all depends on what game you're playing or what type of game you like, because I know that Wilds is the traditional. Okay, bet. I mean, you can come through, we can play, if that's something that he's into. I got no problem with that. I'm probably gonna jump on right now, not to stream, but I've been looking to do some hunts myself. I think I'm gonna jump on right now. I'm gonna jump on something to test out this controller regardless. We'll see what happens. The good thing about Monster Hunter is that it is completely crossplay. So that is all fun. I love games that are completely cross-play. It's like no matter what system you purchased it on, you can play with all your friends, no problem. Okay. Yeah, this one is really stubborn. For the sticker is right here. Alright. This one didn't have batteries. I'm still looking for the battery cover. There it is. Minecraft. What? I haven't been on Minecraft in forever. I've been looking for somebody to play Minecraft with. Nobody wants to play it. They all talk about some. It's for little kids. It's alright. Yeah. There it is. Snap. Here's the other one. That snap. Beautiful. This one looks a little funky with the green, but there it is. Well, as I was saying before, it's been your boy, Elite Ace. Join me tonight, 6 p.m. Pacific for Monster Hunter Monday. Jumping in there, might even jump in there a little bit early. But definitely trying to take down some monsters tonight. So come through. If you have suggestions or you want to join a really cool community, in my opinion, definitely jump into the channel description and join the Discord. It'll take you right there. That way you can put stuff down for what to play Wednesdays. You can be a part of some of the polls that we have going on, and you can, check out some of the vibes that I have there, if that's something you're into. But until next time, stay prayed up and be blessed. Peace.